Signs of narcissism in women. How it differs from men. When you hear the word narcissist, what comes to mind? Maybe it's a boss who takes credit for all your work, or a friend who's always the center of attention. Most people picture a loud, overconfident man, right? But here's the thing, narcissism in women is just as real, though it often looks very different. In this video, we're diving into the unique signs of narcissism in women, how it differs from men, and what it all means for relationships, friendships, and even the workplace. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of what to look out for and how to handle it. What is narcissism? Narcissism is more than just being confident or liking yourself a little too much. It's a personality trait that exists on a spectrum, and at its extreme, it becomes narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD for short. This means someone with narcissism believes they're better than others and needs others to confirm it, seeks constant admiration, lacks empathy, meaning they can't really put themselves in someone else's shoes. Now, while both men and women can have narcissistic traits, society shapes how these traits show up. Let's start breaking it down. Signs of narcissism in women. So, what does narcissism in women actually look like? Here are some of the big signs, and I'll throw in examples so you can spot them in the wild. The perfect image obsession. First up, women with narcissistic traits often put a huge emphasis on appearance. This doesn't just mean looking good. It's about curating an image that screams, "I'm better than everyone else." Think about it. This might show up as obsessively posting perfect photos on Instagram, fishing for compliments, or making subtle digs at others to feel superior. Imagine this. You're at a party and she says something like, "Oh, you're so brave to wear that dress. I could never pull that off." Translation: she's saying you look bad, but framing it as a compliment. Sneaky, right? Passive-aggressive behavior. Narcissistic women often use passive-aggressive tactics instead of outright confrontation. These behaviors might include backhanded compliments, silent treatments, or subtle manipulations to make you feel guilty. Let's say you cancel plans with her. Instead of saying she's upset, she might post something like, "I guess some people don't value real friendships anymore." Now you're stuck feeling like the bad guy, even if you had a legit reason. Social media validation. Social media is a goldmine for narcissistic behavior. Narcissistic women might post overly curated photos, but they're not doing it just for fun. They're looking for constant validation. She might caption a photo, "Just woke up like this hashtag natural beauty," but it took her 2 hours to stage that shot. It's all about getting likes and comments to feel admired. Using relationships for status. Narcissistic women often treat relationships, whether romantic or platonic, as a way to boost their own status. They might gravitate toward people they see as cool, successful, or influential. But if you stop serving their needs, they'll cut ties fast. Picture a friend who's suddenly besties with someone she used to dislike because that person has a new job or social clout. It's not about genuine connection. It's about what that person can do for her. Playing the victim. And finally, narcissistic women are masters at playing the victim. They'll twist situations to make it seem like they've been wrong, even when they're the ones causing the problem. Say you call her out for being late all the time. Instead of owning up to it, she might say, "I've just been so overwhelmed lately, and I can't believe you'd attack me when I'm struggling." And now you're the bad guy for holding her accountable. How narcissism in women differs from men. Now, let's talk about the differences. Men and women express narcissism in ways that are often shaped by society. Covert versus overt behavior. Men are more likely to be overt. Think dominating conversations, bragging about accomplishments, or seeking power. Women, on the other hand, often show covert narcissism, which is subtler and more manipulative. Emotional manipulation. While men might rely on aggression or dominance, women tend to use emotional tactics, guilt trips, backhanded compliments, or even tears to get what they want. Focus on appearance versus power. Society places so much pressure on women to look a certain way, so narcissistic women often obsess over appearance. Men, meanwhile, might focus more on wealth or career achievements. The psychological roots of female narcissism. But where does this all come from? Psychology gives us some answers. Childhood experiences. Many narcissistic traits stem from childhood. For example, if a girl grows up in a household where she's only praised for her looks or achievements, she might learn to tie her self-worth to external validation. Societal expectations. Cultural pressures also play a huge role. Women are often taught to prioritize their appearance, relationships, and emotional labor, which can create a need to constantly prove their value. Vulnerable narcissism. Here's a key point. Women are more likely to display vulnerable narcissism. This means they might come off as insecure or overly sensitive, but underneath, they still crave admiration and validation. How to deal with a narcissistic woman. Now, if you think you're dealing with a narcissistic woman, here's what you can do. Set boundaries. Be clear about what behavior you will and won't accept. Narcissists push limits, so standing firm is key. Don't take it personally. Remember, their behavior isn't about you. It's about their own insecurities. Seek support. If the relationship feels toxic, reach out to friends, family, or even a therapist to help you navigate the situation. Encourage professional help. While it's rare for narcissists to seek therapy, you can gently suggest it as a way for them to grow. Narcissism in women can be harder to spot, but once you know the signs, it becomes so much easier to understand and protect yourself. Whether you're dealing with a narcissist or reflecting on your own behavior, remember, growth and healing are always possible. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into psychology, relationships, and mental health.